bada bing, straight down. The only time that you have for that is to be ready for it now. Can it hold it? Can it hold it? It's really just up, and there's your capitulation. Big money's trading decisions are being made off of. Almost nobody else is talking about this. Now it's coming back down to the master origin line. And there's your capitulation. See that? Why do you think I'm warning everybody? Do you see what I'm saying? The monthly EMA and price squeeze setup that we have right now in Bitcoin price has only happened 2 times ever in Bitcoin history, and both times ended up in a deep dive plunge, a capitulation event. What I want to do in this video is I want to show you, I want to live the charts. I want you to see price move with a live and moving chart so that you can see how it occurred. Therefore, after seeing it, you'll be able to say to yourself, okay, if this is not going to get a deep dive plunge, something different needs to happen, and do this with me. That will allow you to live that price, and you will be able to feel how price either is doing something similar now, which would be bad, or you'll be able to feel the difference, and you'll be able to potentially have a better idea if something different is going to happen the third time in the setup, and you'd be on your toes to be more bullish. Are you ready?
Hit the like button
and subscribe.
Or else, let's go! Sweet. My computer has a clap-on change my shirt feature now. Awesome. Here's the current monthly setup. Not only is Bitcoin monthly candles coming to the yellow line, which is the 21, and it's under and getting rejected by the monthly 10, but more specifically, if you throw on the weekly 10 has crossed under the monthly 10, which is a form of bearish cross. It's not one I talk about much because it really doesn't happen much in Bitcoin price history. Each time that situation has happened, price is under the monthly 10, above the monthly 21, so therefore hasn't tanked yet, but you have the weekly 10, so I threw on the weekly EMA on this as well, that goes under it. Both times led to capitulation, and what we're going to do is we're going to throw on smaller time frames like the 4-hour, and we're going to live through that moment so you can feel how price moved. Now we're on the 4-hour chart with these monthly EMAs. Monthly 10, red, monthly 21, yellow. Prices between both getting rejected by the monthly 10, and let's throw on the weekly 10. The moment that the weekly 10 crossed was here. So let's maybe start off our adventure at about this point with our first usage of support of the monthly 21. Focus how price's relationship with each of these items. 21, origin line, weekly 10 is the thicker one, monthly 10 is this, and you can see how this EMA fill is like a river of force. When price is below it and that thing is flipped red, it forces price down, but sometimes price pierces it and then it tends to want to pull it back up. Okay, price then can have the pressure up. It's going to be interesting to watch this happen. Take a look. See that wick right up to the weekly 10? Now you're up to the origin line right now. Got above the weekly 10 using that channel as support now. Take a look. There, let's pause that. Got flat out rejected by that monthly 10. You see how perfect these rejections are with these EMAs? Look, the spike up went straight to the weekly 10, fell back to the channel, which was then flipping green. Then price used the channel as support. So remember, when price gets above it, it can then start floating up, but it has resistance from the weekly 10 and the upper EMAs, which is why I've been yelling and screaming about this on my channel for a while. You rode this, essentially surfing on this wave, and what rejected it? Let's zoom way in there. Look how perfect this is. Boom, boom, bada bing. Straight down. Do you see that? This stuff is real, folks. Like, these EMAs are super important. That is what big money's trading decisions are being made off of. There are these big time frame EMAs. I'm telling you, we haven't capitulated yet. Got back on top of the river. Nope, back below the river, using that as support, going up, using the weekly 10 as resistance. Now it's just floating around. Weekly 10 as resistance. See that perfect wick over there? Just floating around, floating around. Going down to the monthly 21. Can it hold it? Can it hold it? Wick back above the weekly 10. Now here's your range. Weekly 10 and monthly 21. You see that? Just going sideways, sideways, sideways. Resistance by the weekly 10. Floating around this. It's really just up, and there's your capitulation. So let's rewind that real quick. And it happened all of a sudden. Watch this happen. It just could not get above this weekly 10. And in current price, we just got rejected by it twice. Look. Watch this. Boom. Straight down capitulation. It happened in an instant. And the second time that this happened was closer to the coronavirus dump, leading just up to it. Turn on your camera and microphone and ask me questions directly live up to 8 times a week directly to my face. Links to the Discord community in the description section of all my videos. Make sure that you're following me on Twitter, cosasverdes with the number 2 afterward, cosasverdes2. If online communities are not your thing, but you want exclusive content above and beyond what I offer on YouTube, hit the join button that's right below this video. Another video will pop up and it will explain your options to you. Now we're going back to November 2019, before the 2020 coronavirus dump over on this side. As the weekly 10 cross, price immediately floated up in that to avoid that cross. Zoom in. Use the master origin. So this is the master origin line. Use it as support perfectly. Now above the monthly 21, rocking and rolling, using the monthly 10 as resistance. So the range right now, actually kind of similar to right now, is the origin line. Oops, see, it went below the origin line, got straight back up the origin line. Using these two as resistance, which the monthly 10 and the weekly 10 are now together because price has been going sideways for so long. So you have a really tight range with massive EMAs. Got above them. Now using this river or Uncle Phil, the EMA fill, as support. Go on a big run there. Now the fill flipped red. Another big run. And the next time it breaks below that fill, it's probably gonna get nasty. Above the fill, above the fill. Now the fill is red, and it's gonna start using the EMA fill as resistance. Now it's coming back down to the master origin line. And there's your capitulation. See that? Happen all at once. Let's rewind that. Look how nasty. It happens very fast. Why do you think I'm warning everybody? Because you're not gonna have time unless you're ready for it. This is why I'm doing this. Look, you don't have time for that. The only time that you have for that is to be ready for it now. And there aren't many people talking about a capitulation could happen like very soon. I actually did see another trader analyst on YouTube talk about it, and he specifically tweeted I could see it happen in March. Good for him. Good for him. But almost nobody else is talking about this. Do you see why you must be prepared for this? You don't freaking have time. It happens like that. It's in the flash of an eye. You'll probably be sleeping. It's probably going to happen at nighttime when the order books are thinner, so the big boys can take on their shorts and just rip through those order books like that because they're thinner. And then they're making a bunch of money on their shorts that they've taken on in futures. Now, does it have to happen like that? No. But regardless, it's going to be in the blink of an eye. And the only way that you can be ready for something that happens immediately is to be ready before it happens. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay, so now let's go to the current setup where the bottom of the range is, both the origin line, but the monthly 21 EMA, the yellow line. The range is the monthly 10. Prices sandwiched between them, but you have the weekly 10 with a bearish cross below the top of the range. And it's going to start just like that river, the EMA fill that uses stuff as it pushes price down. That's what the weekly 10's now doing. And it's even more powerful than that EMA fill on the 4 hour. That weekly is so much more powerful than that. The EMA fill is red. However, let's zoom way in. Price has gotten on top of it. However, price is getting rejected. See all these wicks? Let's zoom way in. Price is getting rejected by this origin line. And if you go down to the 1 minute chart, this is a perfect rejection almost to the dollar. I think it's $2 off. It's a perfect, and this line, it goes back 10 years in chart history, right? A triple whopper or something like that. The monthly 10, you have the monthly 21, but you have pressure down from this weekly 10 that's ever approaching this origin line. And you have the origin line itself essentially pressuring down Bitcoin price. But when Bitcoin price can pop above this origin line, it's probably going to go straight to that weekly 10. And that weekly 10 is probably going to be either at this blue line or that blue line, but it's going to be a strong force. However, the key is, because this cross has already happened, it could be at any minute, especially with a friggin' war going on, that this could just go kablam, and you can't be ready for it unless you're ready for it now. And so, but you can't just blindly be taking on shorts, because this could violently pop up and test that 10, or even the monthly 10. It doesn't look like it's going to fall next 4 hour candle because it's using this as support right now, this channel. It's using Uncle Phil as support, EMA Phil. So it's the indicator is called EMA Phil, that's why I'm calling it Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil is supporting price right now. Therefore, I think it's more probable it will cycle through that one more time, but you're going to want to focus on, as it comes back down to the origin line, you want to see the origin line used as support or the weekly 10 as support. But also, you better be ready right now for capitulation. It could happen because that cycle just happened. Resistance below the origin line as resistance. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen in 3 days. It it could just float around here until March, go one more rejection, and then capitulate. It could easily happen. You need to be ready now. From a statistic and probability standpoint, it's probably not going to happen this weekend, though, because we're on top of Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil is holding up price. I think we're looking pretty good, but hopefully you understand the things that you need to be looking out for. Honestly, this is not the time to be any more than short-term time frame bullish. Right now, I'm actually kind of short-term time frame bullish. I am. But midterm and long-term, I'm not bullish on 2022. Maybe the last few months of 2022, maybe. Most of this year, I'm not bullish. Midterm time frames particularly, going up to the next 3 months, I am not bullish at all. The strong opinion that you shouldn't either. If you're new, you better click this playlist right here and learn how to set up a chart, or you're gonna get screwed in crypto. If you've been in crypto for a while, click this playlist right here if you want to be able to feel how price moves and how it truly is a battle and a constant war between buyers and sellers. Click the circle in the middle if you're new to my channel. You just got 𝘾𝙤𝙣𝙘𝙩 worldwide. Peace.